Also, I'm wearing workout clothes right now, which is really funny because I actually don't really work out at all.
Sometimes, you know, what else can we do when we're feeling low?
Hey guys, it's Lauren. Today I'm going to be filming a things you should not bring to college video, which I think is very important because a lot of people bring a lot of unnecessary things that you do not need when you get to college. If you guys want a video of things that you should bring to college and things that are essential, then definitely let me know because I can film that. I'm thinking of doing a whole video about the dorms and dorm life and kind of including that in that video. But anyways, today I'm going to be telling you guys everything that I think is not very essential to bring. Obviously, some people might disagree with me on this, which is totally fine. I totally understand. But this is kind of from my personal experience from last year of things that I did not really use whatsoever and I thought were kind of unnecessary. Anyways, besides me rambling, why don't we jump right on into the video. So I wrote some things down over here that I'm going to be talking to you guys about. So number one is extra room decor. I brought a lot of just extra random stuff that were not really needed in my dorm, just like extra knickknacks and stuff like that. And I tend to do that a ton because I kind of over decorate, which I hate about myself, but I think extra room decor is not really needed. Just kind of like extra, I brought like extra like little like cup holders and like thin things and like fake flowers and just all this stuff that I really did not need. It's going to be a lot of extra clutter in your dorm because your dorm is super tiny, as you always hear, and you don't want to have extra stuff in it that's going to be filling it up. Number two is too many clothes. You hear this one a ton, but a lot of people will bring too many clothes, and I brought pretty much my whole entire wardrobe to college, which I totally regret, but don't bring like off-season clothes, which is very, very important because when you get to college, at least where I live, we have all 4 seasons. So if you're like me and you have all 4 seasons, when you get to college, it's still pretty hot for a month or so. So you don't need to bring your snow boots, your big puffy jacket. When you go home, you usually have a break, like a mid-semester break in October. You can go back and bring some of your flip-flops and stuff like that home, and then bring back some of your more like fall clothes. And then at the end of first semester, you can bring all your really heavy winter jackets and things like that. So definitely just bring your seasonal clothes, not your off-season clothes. Number 3, this one is going to kind of vary from person to person, but personally for me, I don't think bringing a TV is very necessary. One of your friends is bound to have a TV, and personally, I don't watch that much TV. The only TV show that I watched during college was The Bachelor, and that's because all my other friends got me hooked on it. But usually I watch YouTube videos as my form of TV, or if you have a Netflix account and use that, then that's totally fine, but I pretty much never watch TV. And when I did watch The Bachelor, one of my friends had a television, but I personally don't think it's very necessary, and it's a huge item you're gonna have to lug over to. Number 4 is actual dishes, plates, things like that. I brought these like plastic, like reusable plates, bowls, and spoons and stuff, and I totally regretted it. I wish I brought like plastic forks, plastic spoons, plastic plates that I can just throw away because honestly, I did not want to go to my bathroom and wash them all, so it kind of could get gross. I mean, I'm not that gross. I did end up washing them, but I just didn't really like it. So second semester, I actually started bringing plastic utensils because I realized that it was a lot easier for me to bring. So definitely just bring plastic utensils. It definitely works a ton. Number 5 is binders and loose leaf and extra school supplies. I said this in my school supplies haul video that I filmed, but I honestly didn't even use that much school supplies while I was in college. I just used some notebooks and folders and pens and simple stuff like that. I never touched a binder. I didn't really use that much extra loose leaf paper, and I didn't really need all this extra like school supplies that you would need maybe in middle school and high school. You just kind of need the basics. So I honestly like never, like I brought like all these binders to school. I brought like 3 binders, and they were sitting on top of my closet just taking up space and like collecting extra dust that I did not need. Save some time and save some room, and just don't go out and buy binders and things like that. Just get simple notebooks and folders, and it will take up a lot less space. Number 6 is another like kind of one that I'm in between still, but a printer. Honestly, I used my printer maybe 3 or 4 times last year, and that's just because it was really late at night and I didn't want to go to the library, but most of the times I just kind of went to the library and printed out my stuff. So I think a printer sometimes kind of just takes up a ton of room again, and I collected so much dust, but maybe I didn't use my printer because honestly I could not figure it out until the last 2 months of school. Honestly, I could not set up the printer, and then finally somehow it worked and I figured it out. But I don't really think you need a printer because if you're at the library a ton, you can just print all your stuff there. Number 7, a lot of people are going to disagree with this one, but a Brita. I know everyone says to bring a Brita, but personally, I hated filling up my Brita. It took forever. I would have to go to the bathroom and then see all these people fill up the Brita. It was honestly the most annoying thing I had to do. I ended up getting tons of water bottles, which number 1, I know they take up space, and number 2, I know they're very heavy and annoying. but they were so much easier for me. I loved water bottles. Honestly, I could just take my water bottle, like pour it into my Camelback, and I was good to go. I hated my Brita. I never used it. I found it so annoying. So personally, I loved water bottles. It's up to you. A lot of people actually used water bottles at my school instead of Brita filters. Number 8 is just board games and sports stuff and random stuff like that. I had like some board games sitting in my room that I never touched. Maybe you can bring like a Frisbee or something, but honestly, just bringing like games and stuff like that, you're not going to be using them a ton, and I never like used my board games, so they were just kind of sitting there and collecting dust again, so definitely not needed. Number 9 is candles. You are not going to be allowed to light candles in your dorm, and also I honestly think that candles are just going to take up even more space. Even if you want them for the look, they're honestly not really going to do much for you. So candles are definitely a no, because you're not going to be able to use them, and they can cause like, you know, even lighting them can cause them to be smoky and blowing them out, and it could like set off an alarm or a fire alarm or stuff like that. So you just don't want to bring candles. Definitely something you don't need. Number 10 is just duplicate items in general. Ask your roommate about the fridge, the microwave, again a TV, just things like that if they're gonna bring stuff, because you don't want to end up with 2 carpets, 2 microwaves, 2 like fridges, and that ends up being really annoying. So you definitely want to talk to your roommate about the main things in your dorm, like even like huge mirrors. You don't want to have 2 of those either. So I brought the carpet and the mirror, and I also brought the microwave, and my roommate liked to watch TV, so she brought a TV, she brought a mini fridge, and we just talked that over, so we made sure that we had everything we needed, but we didn't bring duplicates of each item. So those are the 10 things that I think you do not need to bring to college. Again, if you guys want a whole video about dorm life and what you should bring to college, I can definitely do that for you, and I'm thinking of doing it. I think it'll be really interesting because it's a huge component that's brand new to tons of people that want to know a lot more about it. So anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye, guys.
Gets high sometimes, you know. What else can we do when we're feeling low?